Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at Chapter 4 Access Control List under the Connecting Network. Okay, for this part 1, we shall look at only standard ACL. Okay, so this chapter consists of a few ACLs actually. Standard, extended, IPv6 ACL, and troubleshooting ACL. For today, we're going to look at only 4 standard ACL. So let me go here. Okay, so standard ACL operation and configuration review. If you can remember, this is not new to you. You have looked at ACL, especially standard, during CCNA 2. Okay, so this is just to recap back to you before we move to extended. The main concentration for this chapter is actually in the extended ACL. Okay, so first and foremost, let's look at the standard ACL. Okay, so ACL is basically a set of rules which contains permit and deny statements. Only these two type of statements. Either you can permit or you can deny statement. Okay, permit is to allow, deny is to stop the entry. Okay. Okay, so what can you permit? You can actually permit up to protocol level. Okay, but for standard, you can only permit a host, for example. Okay, I will write here a whole network. You can actually permit or deny a whole network from entering somewhere, or you can deny a specific host. Okay, all right. For this to happen, you can control based on the wildcard mask, as you can see an example here. Okay, so in here, okay, IP 61.1.1 and then the wildcard 0.0 means you only allow or you only deny an IP from a source 192.168.1.1. Wildcard is 0.0.0 means only one IP address. This is an example of denying or allowing a specific host. So example 2 shows that, okay, you can actually allow a specific network. Okay, right, so let's move on. Okay, so in CCNA 4, okay, the assumption is you configure the ACL in a switch, sorry, in a router. For real case, in a real network, we used to configure ACL in a firewall actually, not recommended in a router. Okay, all right, so this is the basic rule that you need to remember. Okay, so for an ACL, you need to configure one ACL per protocol. Okay, for example, you want to allow only HTTP traffic, but you want to block HTTPS traffic. In that case, you need two ACL. Why? Because per protocol, right? Okay, and the second one, okay, one ACL per direction. So remember in this case, okay, for ACL to happen, let me put a note here. For ACL to happen, okay, first step you need the ACL rules, all the entries, and then the second one you need to enforce, okay, in interface. Okay, this will be inbound or outbound. Okay, all right, so it can be either one. Okay. All right, so what does it say here? One ACL per direction. Okay, ACL controls traffic in one direction time of interface. Take example of this interface here. You can have an inbound. Inbound means packet coming into the router. Outbound means packet leaving the router. Okay, be careful on this inbound and outbound interface. If you enforce at the wrong direction, even though it's the correct interface, your ACL may not work. Okay, so remember again, there's two rules here. Okay, for ACL to happen, you need to have the sets of ACL rules. So deny or permit. Okay, and then you need to enforce your interface inbound and outbound. Okay, right? So the third one ACL per interface. Okay, ACL controls traffic, for instance. Okay, so it can be enforced in one interface. It can be GE interface. It can be even your serial interface for a router, for example. Okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, so what are the protocols that you can block or deny in ACL? So these are example of what you can block, deny, or permit. Okay, so bear in mind that if you want to block a specific protocol, it has to be done in extended ACL. Standard ACL will not allow this to happen. Okay, all right. So this is an example how the ACL works. Okay, so when a packet reaches your router, for example, okay, and you have an ACL rule inside here. So what will happen? For example, if you enforce to an outbound interface, okay, your router will check the ACL rules based on sequential from up to down. Okay, I'll put it here a note. Okay, sequential checking. Okay, so you have ACL1, ACL2. So for example here, deny XXX, permit YYY. Okay, right. So in here, what will happen is, as your packet reaches your router and you have ACL for checking, so the router will check for the packet based on sequential checking. So let's say I have two rules here. It will check rule 1. Okay. If rule 1 doesn't match, it will check rule 2. For example, if rule 2 matches, then it will enforce rule 2. What if the packet, the checking does not match these two? Okay, then you will have implicit deny down here, which is hidden. Okay, remember, whenever you configure an ACL, doesn't matter it is standard or extended, okay, there will be a hidden implicit deny at the below of your statement. This is automatically enforced. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so type of ACL, we have two types. So today the focus is the standard ACL here. Okay, standard ACL filters packet based on source address only. Okay, remember that the limitation of standard ACL, you can only specify the source of the packet. For example here, SSC number 10, permit 192.168.30.0, wildcard the whole network. Okay, but for extended ACL, it gives you a better control whereby you can specify the source and destination IP address. You can specify what protocol you want to deny or permit. Okay, here is an example of extended ACL. Okay, so permit TCP, this is the source address, this is the destination to any. What type of protocol I'm allowing? HTTP protocol, which is port 80. Okay, we're going to talk about more about ACL extended in the next part. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so type of ACL version 4. All right. Okay, so for standard ACL, we have two types. Okay, you have the numbered ACL. And the second one, you have the name ACL. Name ACL. So what is the big difference? If we are using numbered ACL, in the configuration, you require to use a number. For example, access list 1 up to 99 for standard. For extended, you have to use number 100 to 199. Okay. For name ACL, instead of using numbered, you can use a name to specify your ACL. Personally, I prefer to configure name ACL because you can actually put a significant name into the ACL. Meaning that, let's say if you need to double check back your ACL, you know, okay, this ACL is what for. If you use numbered, it's a bit hard to trace. Okay, so either way, either you use numbered or ACL, both are acceptable. It depends on the requirement. Okay, so if you want to use numbered for standard, use number 1 until 99 or within this range. If you want to use name ACL, please follow this specification. Usually the name ACL will be just a short one, not a long one. Okay, okay, so now you have seen the first part, which is the rule on how to, what is the command actually to complete the rules for standard ACL. Now let's look at the second part. Where do you want to enforce? Okay, so for now, for this syllabus, okay, if you are doing extended ACL, so you should configure the extended ACL nearest to the source to be filtered. Okay, the reason is because you want to check or you want to deny undesirable traffic as soon as possible before leaving the network. For example here, okay, I have a traffic to block from S1 network to S4 network, okay, and I'm doing extended. Okay, so your rule needs to be configured in R1, okay, because it is nearest to the source. And where do I enforce? I should enforce to S000 outbound interface. Okay, because why? You have another network coming from here. You can enforce at G00 inbound. However, if you want to add another rule here, you need to enforce here also. So it's better to check and enforce or work as outbound. Okay, so this traffic is to block from S1 network up to S4 network. Therefore, you want to block outbound interface, traffic coming out of the R1. Okay, so for standard ACL, it will be the totally opposite. Because why? Standard ACL only allows you to specify the source address. Therefore, you need to enforce nearest to the destination. So in this case, let's say if you want to block S1 network to S4 network via standard ACL, it has to be configured in R3 and enforced at the S01 interface, which is inbound. Okay, all right. So this is very important, the enforce part. Okay, you may have a complete rule, okay, but if you don't enforce at this interface, then your rule won't be enforced. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is an example of a standard ACL that will be configured to block all traffic from 10.0 from here from going to 30.0. Okay, so this is a standard ACL. Therefore, the first step, where do you want to configure the rule? You need to configure the rule nearest to the destination. Okay, so the rule will be configured in R3. And where should I enforce? I should enforce at S00 inbound. Because why? The traffic is coming from here to here. Therefore, inbound interface here. You cannot enforce in R2 or R1 because why? The rule step 1 you configure in R3. Therefore, you need to enforce in the selected R3 interface, which is S001 inbound. Okay, so once you enforce, all traffic coming into S001 will be subjected to a standard ACL rule for checking. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you do extended here, then extended will be configured in R1 for the same requirement. Okay. Extended, remember, nearest to the source. Okay. Because why? The argument here is you want to block the traffic as fast as possible before leaving to the network to avoid congestion. Okay. And which interface do you want to enforce is S00 outbound. Okay, so we will discuss further extended ACL in the next one. Okay, so this is the full syntax for ACL, extended ACL. Alright, so the requirement here is to permit IP address in network 10.0. So remember, standard ACL is only source address. Okay, so how do you configure? Access list 10. Remember, this one is a numbered ACL. Okay, you can use 1 until 99. Permit the whole network. This is the requirement here. And exit. So this is the rule. Okay, how do you check the rule? You can do show access list. This is just the rule. It haven't been enforced yet. Okay, for you to delete the if you want to delete the ACL, you just go no access list 10, it will be delete. Okay, and you can also put a remark here, access list 10 space remark. You can put a remark what is the access list for. Okay, so that when you do show access list, it will give you a basic idea. Okay, access list 10, what is it is all about. This remark is not enforced. This is remarks is just for information. Okay. All right. So this one is an example earlier. Okay. All right. It is configured in R1. Okay. SSL1 permit 10.0.0.255. Okay. This is the rule. Okay. So how it is being enforced? It is enforced in S00 outbound. Okay. So when you have this rule, if there is a network coming from here, 11.1, it will be filtered out. Because why? It is not in there. Okay. So an example here, I will show you access list 1 permit 192.168.10.0.000.255. So when we configure, we only have one rule over here. Okay. Always remember, right? You will have a hidden implicit deny here below. Okay. Right. So pay attention here. Let's say I'm PC 2 11.10. I try to leave R1. What will happen? My packet will go into R1. Once I reach R1 to leave S00, I am subjected to access list 1 checking. So in access list 1, first statement does not tie to my IP because I'm coming from 11.0 network. Okay. No second statement, but I have a hidden implicit deny here. Therefore, my packet is being blocked. Okay. Right. So always remember, yeah, for every ACL statement, you need to have one permit statement. One permit statement. Okay. Because why? You have implicit deny below. So if you don't have permit, everything will be denied. Okay. Right. So how to enforce? Go to the interface and then IP access group, the number, and then the inbound or outbound. Okay. And here we are using numbered. if you're using name, then it will be the name here. Alright, so this is how to create a standard name. Okay, IP access list, no access. No access is the name. Okay, alright. So what is the ACL rule inside? Is deny host 192.168.11.10, and then you have a permit any here. Remember again, for every ACL statement, you need to have one at least permit statement. Okay, else it will deny everything because of the hidden implicit. Okay, so and then you enforce at G00 outbound. Okay, so in this case, I only deny 11.10. The rest, for example, 11.2, 11.3, I will allow. Okay, from the second statement. Right? So you can see here the enforce is using the name, not the number. Okay. Right, so this is how to verify. Show IP interface. Show IP interface. It will tell you whether that particular interface do you have ACL enforced over there or not. So you can see, for example, here outbound or inbound. This is outgoing, which outbound. Okay, what type of ACL? This is the ACL, no access ACL. Okay, the show access list will list down all the possible access lists that we have created earlier. Okay, you can see here the earlier one we created number 1, and then the name ACL no access. We have 3 now. So always remember here the down part, the lowest part, you will have a deny any the implicit down here, deny any over here. And again, for every ACL that you create, this is 2 different ACL, ACL1 and ACL access, you must have one permit statement. It is shown here. Okay. Okay, so that's all for now on standard IP access list. Okay, you can continue with this lab in packet tracer to further enhance your understanding. Thank you.